Oh my gosh, I think we just found something cool, baby. Oh no, that's not a log. Holy cow, guys. I don't know if you'll understand how big this fish is. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Got a crazy one for y'all today, and this is a video that I have not been looking forward to making for quite some time. If you look behind me, you can see that I'm on the edge of the draining lake, and you can see that there is not a lot of water. I mean, look right there, look over that way. Basically, what's left on this end of the lake is just right here behind us. And this is one of the deeper holes on the lake where a lot of people have been fishing, where the fish have been pushed to, and it's been a pretty good fishing spot, to be honest with y'all. But you know, we're in the summertime months now. We haven't had a lot of rain to kind of help combat the lake draining. The water's not even actually going through the dam anymore. It's going through a couple of pipes, which I'll take y'all to see in a moment, because that's crazy in itself. But without any rain and with the temperatures, you know, increasing, the water is evaporating off the lake, the water's being drained out, and the water temperature has risen, and what that has caused is our first major fish kill-off. There are so many fish out here floating around dead. I'm not even sure what kind of species they are, but it's been going on for like the last 3 or 4 days, and it's really been picking up because it's been really, really hot. And there's so many fish left in this lake, and right here, especially, they're all confined in traps. They're competing for that oxygen in the water, and there's just not enough to go around. And I'm not sure how many fish are actually going to survive this, but a lot of them are not gonna make it. And that is, you know, a pretty harsh reality of what's going on out here, but there's nothing we can really do about it. I mean, a lot of people have been fishing, a lot of people have been harvesting fish off the lake, doing all that we can to not waste any of these guys. And we didn't really know if this was even going to happen or not because there was so much water on the lake. But you know, now that we're in the summertime, haven't gotten very much rain, the water's going down, and you know, it is what it is. But today we're going to take y'all out there. I've got the kayak right here. I'm gonna try to get out in the water. It's very low and it's a little murky around the edges, but we should be able to get out there, paddle around and see what kind of fish are dying, see if it's rough fish, see if it's game fish, see if we can find some big fish, see if we can maybe save a couple of fish somehow, I don't know. And I've also got a fishing pole, maybe we can catch some and string them up and take them home and eat tonight. I'm not sure if that'll happen or not. I don't even have a cooler on me, but we'll see what we can do. Definitely don't go out here without a fishing pole, but really just wanna show y'all the state of the lake. It is insane. I mean, normally you look back behind me, the water's right here where this grass is. It is so low. It's just gone. It's just desolate, and it's really, really devastating to see. But like I said, it is what it is. Nothing we can really do about it right now, except just kind of grind through it and hope that some fish survive. So with that, we're going to launch the kayak, get out there, see what we can find. Anyways, guys, we're gonna load up, get out there. Hopefully y'all are excited, or maybe not excited, but maybe as curious as I am to get out on the water and see what we can uncover. So let's get out there. Hopefully not get stuck in the mud, and hopefully not find a dead 10-pound bass. That would suck. All right, we made it down. Look at this. This would normally be over my head. Just a little bit of water. I don't know how deep that is out there, but it's not very deep at all. But you can see some fish right here. We're gonna see if we can walk across these pallets. Somebody let some pallets out here. It's the only way to get out here. So right off the bat, you can see, got a catfish, another catfish, some drum, another drum, another drum, another drum, a lot of drum. And there's a lot of fish just lined up the bank. You can see it just as far as you can see. There are dead fish around the perimeter. And I'm pretty certain these are not from anglers catching them and killing them, just from, you know, just running out of air. And if you kind of take a look across the scape out here, you can see fish coming up to the air, or coming up to try to grab some air. There's also a little turtle right here. Oh, little turtle eating the fish. But yeah, we're gonna try to go that way. That's the deepest part. We're gonna try to go as far over this way as we can. Just kind of get an eye out for what's over here. There's fish like on the surface right there. That is crazy. What is that? It's a nice fish, whatever that is. Should've brought my net, we could've scooped him up. But anyways, we're gonna go see what we can see. A large majority of the fish that are left are hanging out in this pool of water, and then on the other side of that bridge. The wind's blowing this way, and there's a whole pile of fish over here, dead. There's a gar underneath my foot. These stumps. Definitely not a place I want to fall in right now. I feel like I might catch a disease. It just seems very toxic. A lot of big fish swirling off. I mean, if you had like a bow fishing rig right now, you could really do some work. As you can just see, like the backs of fish come up and just see them swirling. I don't know what they all are. I'm assuming a lot of them are buffalo and carp and drum and catfish. I haven't seen any crappie floating yet, unless this is what crappie. Let's see what this is right here. What is this guy? It looks like a big shad. Yeah, big shad. Nothing too crazy, it's a big shad. But this is where we're gonna see what's happening. We're gonna see a lot of fish right here. Looks like a lot of drum, to be honest. Okay, let's not get stuck though. Oh my gosh, it's a wasteland. Look at all of these fish. It's just fish for days, but I'll tell you what, guys. The majority of what I'm seeing, and I'm sure y'all are seeing this too, right now, are drum. A lot of drum. That one right there looks like a bass. Right there, that's not a drum. That's a largemouth. But those guys right there, those are drum. And those guys right there, those are drum. But to be honest, this is a pretty drummy area. There's always a lot of drum over here on this part of the lake. But golly, the drum could not handle the heat. That is for dang sure. Look at them. What's that right there? Is that got stripes? Looks like a white bass right there in the middle. Got some stripes on him. I can't get super close to some of these guys. If you look right in the middle, there's a guy swimming. I don't know what that is. That's not a drum right there. I can't tell if he's getting eaten by a turtle or if he's trying to swim a little bit. I think he's getting eaten by a turtle. One thing that is absolutely certain is that these turtles are not going to be without food for a little bit. They can eat what they want. I'm not sure how much they like to eat rotten, nasty, floating drum. I've noticed in the past that like, it doesn't seem like scavengers like your raccoons, your possums, your turtles, they don't seem to like to eat drum that much. I don't know, I just an observation. People throw a drum on the bank, they never get eaten, it seems like, as opposed to like a crappie. Everything likes crappie and catfish. But yeah, right now, it's a sea of drum, and there's yellow bass too. There's a yellow bass right here. He is on his way out, as well as this one right there. Poor guy, sad to see. But you know, overall though, right here, it's mostly rough fish. Mostly drum, mostly yellow bass. A couple of fish species that, you know, aren't the most desired. A couple that, you know, have pretty big populations out here in this lake. Yeah, he's stuck in the mud. I hate to be that yellow bass, but you know, it's not our game fish that I'm seeing right here. It could change in a moment whenever I turn the corner somewhere, but so far, mostly rough fish from what I'm seeing, and a few catfish and a few bass, and yeah, it's just crazy, and it stinks. You can imagine, it does stink right here. It smells pretty bad. I want to see what this fish is. He looks like a walleye from right here. It's not a walleye. It's not a walleye. If it is, that's crazy. It's definitely not a walleye. And there's a catfish swimming right here. Oh, almost got him. There's catfish. Come this way. I think I need a net so bad right now. Oh, he swam out. There he goes. He can swim through that pipe. Well, I just mentioned how I wasn't seeing many game fish, but right here we got a nice black crappie, slab white crappie. And just out there, I can't even tell you what all those are. I just can't get there. I'll sink up to my belly button or over my head if I get out there. You look right here on this tree right there. That's a largemouth bass. I just saw a catfish swim out this way. He was kind of hanging on. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. That's kind of mysterious. And then this right here is a buffalo or a carp. There's another bass. Dang, look at that bass right there. That's a good one. That's probably like a 3.5 pounder. Look at this bass right here. That's a beefy one. I know he's swole up because he's dead, but he's beefy. He looks like 19, 20 incher. There's another bass right there floating. I think there's a crappie. I think that guy right there is a crappie. A lot of yellow bass, but there's a lot of yellow bass and drum in this lake, so you're gonna see a bunch of them. Oh no, that's not a log. That's a big flathead. Oh no. Oh no. Look at that, that's a monster. That is a big flathead. Oh man. Oh my gosh, there's another big flathead dead up there. Oh my gosh, there's another one. Oh my gosh, that is a big flathead. And another big dead bass. Another huge dead bass. Look at this, I thought it was a log. You see that? That is another huge flathead catfish, guys. Oh man, that thing is huge. That is a giant flathead. He's all swole up too, but oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was easily a 35 pounder. Maybe bigger. Wow, poor guy. Couple channels. That sucks, dude. I tried to catch a bunch of flatheads and I just couldn't catch any. I caught a couple. Man, what a monster. I mean, it's every little nook and cranny down here. It's just a pile of fish. Another big largemouth. Another good channel catfish. What this lake is full of. And just stump fields for days. We're gonna keep going this way. I didn't know we'd be able to go this far this way, but this is the canal. This is the draining canal. There's that levee. You can see the levee back over there. There's 2 gates open. And that's how they're getting the rest of the water off, or as much of the water off as they can. And I'm hoping that some of these fish will be smart enough to just swim through there, or if they even can. But they're just getting burned up and running out of air before they can get there. That's a ton of fish. I knew there was a bunch of fish out here, but I didn't realize it was like this many. We need to try to get up in here and catch these fish. New species right there. Big old grass carp. Another big old grass carp. So I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure these were stocked in here to help control the vegetation. There's some monster grass carp. I wouldn't be surprised if we turned up like a real giant, like a giant. As there are some monsters. I'm just kind of panning around, looking, we're getting closer to this drainage canal. I might even be able to catch fish over there. There's some more grass carp. Grass carp, this is where they ended up. This is where they all ended up. Okay, we're kind of out here in the middle of this little canal. Let's see how deep it is. Oh, well, it's like half my paddle deep right here. Not too bad. I mean, some fish could live in there, but not all of them, apparently. And obviously. But this is a, how long is this paddle? 94 inches, so we're looking at 47 inches, like 4 foot deep, give or take a little bit, right here in the middle. And there's also current coming through this middle section. So, I mean, that'll kind of increase the oxygen level and their structure they can get on. And it's just like, you know, like I said, they can't all fit in here. We're about to come upon a little dead fish pile out here in the middle. This is depressing. So I'm trying not to be depressed. Oh my gosh, what is that? I gotta check that out. It looks like a big old bass. Oh, what the heck? What is that? Oh my gosh, it's another flathead and a bunch of fish. Dang, dude. Got a whole smorgasbord of options here. You got yellow bass, shad, crappie, channel catfish, little buffalo. Like, that's a pile of fish right there. Dang, there's some big ones over here too. Let's go see what they are. It's like, if you were ever wondering what this lake, I mean, what kind of fish live in your lake, this is how you find out. You drain it. You drain it and you find out, oh, I think it's just a big daddy drum, but it could be a bass, big old fat bass. Oh, it's a big old fat bass. Big old fat swolled up one. Another fat swole up bass right there. But you can still, I mean, you can tell how long it's like an 18 and a half incher. 3.5 pounder. Draining Lake special right there. 3.5 pound bass. Got a bunch of them in here. just found me a little spot here. I'm trying to get out. A little breather. Do a little exploring. Dry lake bed. Whew. That was tough. It's tough to be out here, man. So there's probably gonna be a lot of stuff out here just laid up, because about 10 years ago, there was a massive tornado that came across and wiped out all of those houses on that levee. All sorts of stuff, and that tornado brought all sorts of crap from everywhere. So when you see stuff like this out here, all this trash, a lot of that you have to assume it was from the tornado. But you never know. You might could find something really cool out here. An old boat, old motor, diamond ring. Not really, but you're mostly gonna find that's decently interesting are these vintage Mountain Dew bottles, baby. Look at that. I want to come back out here and like actually have something I can carry around and bag up some of these bottles, because I think they're kind of cool. I think you can make something kind of interesting out of them. Like here's an old Coca-Cola bottle. Like I don't know how old these are, but you have to assume that they're decently old. Seems old. But I'm gonna walk around here for a second. If I see anything interesting, I'll show y'all. Okay, found me another little zone I can get out and walk. This looks a little bit easier. Over there, it was actually kind of soft on that broken sediment. Here it looks really dry. I saw something over here that was kind of cracking me up and I wanted to come look at it. But again, it's always a weird feeling just walking across a dry lake bed. Kind of feels like walking on the moon, even though I have no idea what that's like. But to me, in my head, I feel like this is what walking on the moon would feel like. It's kind of desolate. Bunch of dead stuff everywhere. Take a look at this right here though. I think this is funny. I wonder if somebody else stacked this up or if it's just landed like this. We got a chair. Finally, I found something kind of cool. I bet somebody stood this up, but it would be funny if they did. I don't see any footprints. Can we sit in it? Oh gosh. Oh, easy. Oh yeah. We're chilling. I'm sinking in this thing so easy. Ah. Now this is what I'm talking about, guys. It's like I'm on the beach. Got me a nice view. Oh, this is crazy. Huh, this is a pretty comfy chair. We're just gonna assume that it landed like this. It got blown out here during a tornado, landed like this, and it's just been sitting here waiting for me to sit in it for 10 years. Just taking it all in. All right, I'm getting up. Don't break. Oh my gosh, I think we just found something cool, baby. All of our hard work has paid off. That is without a doubt a vintage fishing lure. I'm not sure how long ago it was lost, who lost it, but your boy Coleslaw just found it. Look at that beauty. That's pretty interesting looking. I have no idea what this is. That is vintage. That is old school. And it's awesome. I've been trying hard to find something cool. And I was like, what the heck is that little yellow thing? That is sick. All right, score. No joke, guys, just found something else. Let me know when you see it. Let me know when you see it. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Another vintage lure. I don't think this is as old as the last one, but look at that, it's like a little lipless crankbait. No hooks, no split rings on it. It's a Cordell something, probably a super spot. I don't know. That's 2 lures. I'm on the right path right now. Gotta go this way. Looks like somebody was trying to make them a little sneaky hole right here. We got some bricks and they're tied up to these branches trying to make some little brush piles. I honestly feel like the fish would be coming to the bricks before the sticks out here because there's so many sticks already out here, but we got those. Got another pile of bricks. There's honestly probably enough bricks out here you could build a house with them. Not even gonna lie about that. Found an old t-shirt. Pretty cool, but I'll show you what I really found. I found the mother lode of dead fish, including big, thick slab crappie. There's 2 crappie. Look at all these fish. Again, mostly drum, but then you get down here a little further. Big old grass carp. 1, 2 of them. Another stinky drum. And then in the middle of it all, you got some bass. It seems like for like every 10 drum, there's a bass. But just all the way up and down this bank though, you can just see. And this is kind of like, you know, where all the water is getting sucked out at, so it's gonna, you know, it's gonna pull in the majority of the dead floating fish. But just a bunch of them. Look at this bass. Another big one. Holy cow, guys. I know that that one's swole up, but that's definitely the biggest flathead I've seen. There's a lot of fish jumping out right here, so we're here at the mouth of these canals. I'm wanting to get over here and make a few casts. I think I can catch fish over here. But that is a monster. Oh, don't go in. Oh gosh, coleslaw. Don't do that. Do not fall in right here. That is a massive flathead. I mean, massive. So stupid big. Got a few more channel cats. Channel cat. Channel cat. I gotta get out of this mud. That is nasty. Just so many fish. Y'all wanna see another massive flathead? I found him. Also some bass, some drum, another little smorgasbord. That one there has been dead for a while. One of those flathead I saw a minute ago, he looked like he hadn't been dead for that long. Golly, what a brute. Big fish. So I think y'all get the point by now. There's a lot of fish out here. A lot of dead fish. There's also a lot of live fish. I'm seeing a lot of gar come up here right beside me, and I've seen a couple of really big fish swirl off. It makes me think that they could be flatheads. There is no doubt in my mind that there are some big flatheads still alive in this little canal, and I think that we need to come out here and try to catch some. However, I don't know if they're actually going to bite. I feel like these fish are probably in full-blown survival mode, which, I mean, they have to eat to survive, but they can't expend a lot of energy, I wouldn't think, because of, you know, the lack of dissolved oxygen in the water, and, you know, just the resource competition around them. I don't even know how much bait fish there is in here for them to eat at this point. I'm sure there's enough, but I think we should come out here. I don't know about right here, maybe right here. This is about the only place we can come out and try to harvest some of these fish. But let me know, do y'all think that y'all would eat fish from right here with all these dead fish in the water? I just don't know. I don't know if that's the move or not. It's probably okay. I mean, we're gonna cook them, but let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all like to just come out here and try to catch some of these fish. I think you can catch them however you want to. I think you can shoot them with a bow. You might can set up some net traps and fish traps. I don't think there's really any rules out here on how you can catch and harvest these fish. There's just no limits. They are encouraging us to get as many fish off of here as we can. So maybe we need to really, you know, buckle down and try to get what we can while we can. We got a big pool right here, and the fish are stuck. There are so many. Look at this catfish. You see this catfish? Look at this catfish. Look at this gar. Oh my gosh. This is insane. Are you kidding me? As you see these gar, look at them all. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Oh my gosh, they're jumping like crazy. Hundreds of gar out here in this little pool of water. I don't know what else is here, but there's a bunch of them. So this right here is how they are trying to get the rest of the water off the lake. And oh my gosh, there are so many fish underneath me. Mainly I'm seeing gar. I've seen a couple other fish species too, but there are so many fish. I mean, so many fish. They're probably all fighting for this more rich oxygenated water. But wow, there is so many fish. I mean, they are just everywhere. I've got my pole. I have no idea if I'm gonna catch anything or not, but I'm gonna try to fish for a minute. I got my little ACC with just a little secret jig on there. I'm gonna toss it around. Probably gonna snag a gar and break off. I don't wanna do that. But wow, 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 wow. Look at all these fish. I don't know if y'all can see them or not. I think y'all can see them. There's just gar for days. Guys, look at this big sucker here that washed up. He's still barely breathing. Big buffalo. Got another buffalo right there. They seem to come in pairs. And then he's right next to a slough. A big old drum. He's fixing to join them. Man, there's some big old fish down here, especially by these pipes. I mean, this is a really big fish. I don't know if you'll understand how big this fish is. Okay, I'm gonna try to get that big buffalo out. He's still alive and not nasty. I wanna show you guys how big he is. He is massive. Absolutely massive. Oh my gosh, this thing is huge. Oh my gosh. This is a bad idea. This thing is so big. He's probably 60 pounds. Oh my gosh, 50, at least 50. It's heavier than a bag of dog food, that's for sure. And it's hard to hold up. Look at how big that fish is. Holy smokes. What a monster buffalo. He goes from the ground to my waist. Massive fish, absolutely massive fish. Oh, I regret grabbing him. I just had to show you guys the size of some of these fish out here that are dying. I get it, that's a rough fish, but it's a native rough fish. We don't really have, I wouldn't say we have a buffalo problem in this lake. There's definitely some in here, but they fill a niche in the ecosystem out here. And I like to see them. I think they're cool, they're charismatic, they're big, they're crazy, and they do provide pretty good table fare. A lot of people like to come out here. A bass just jumped on the bank over there. Holy crap. A lot of people like to come out here and bow fish them, take them home and eat them. I've caught a lot of buffalo down here. And I'm thinking that we need to invest in a bow fishing rig and come down here and shoot some of these fish, cook them up. Buffalo is good, and there's a lot of them down here right now. It seems like, at least. There's a lot of common carp, a lot of grass carp. They're not as good. But if we could stick a few buffalo, we can even snag them if we want to. It don't really matter. I don't think they're gonna bite though. I've been throwing the jig around for a while. These fish are not really in the mood to eat at all. They're just running around, or swimming around, just, I guess just trying to survive. There's a lot of fish that are coming up through that pipe. I think that they would greatly benefit if they can go through that pipe. So next video, we're gonna come down here. We're going to try to harvest some fish, and we're going to try to rescue some fish, because if we can get them on the other side of this levee, they're home free. Like, the other side of the levee is their refuge. So if we come out here, rescue some fish, throw them over there, and we can take some fish home, that'd be great. But I think y'all get the point of what's going on out here. The lake is very low. There's a lot of dead fish everywhere, and it's a gut punch. As somebody who cherishes this lake more than anything, it's just hard to see. I'm hopeful that they can get things moving along out here in the renovation process. At the moment, they don't have any of the permits yet to start working on the dam. They haven't started working on the boat lanes. I'm hopeful that they'll get on it pretty soon, as they get the permits. They say they are. So we just gotta trust in those powers that they are going to get this project underway and get the lake where they want it to be at. But obviously, y'all can tell this lake was not lacking fish, like some lakes that have been renovated in the past. Anyways, that's it. That's where we're gonna end the video. I thought about trying to do some more fishing, but the more I've tried and the more I've seen, it's just not worth it. I don't think I'm gonna catch anything. Might come out like in the afternoon maybe and find something, but it's hard to fish in a sea of dead fish. So with that, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for tuning in to this episode, this little lake update. We'll keep you posted for all the updates that we can give y'all. And yeah, thanks for y'all's support. We'll see you guys on the next one.